hey, we want to know. Lost in your eyes, Paris night skies, both hypnotized. Find a way, find a way. Spend the night with you in Paris, Lord. So unfair, you left me there. Took the 9:35 from Paris, Lord. In a heartbeat, you were gone. Chips in the night, love at first sight, holding you tight. Find a way, find a way. Spend the night with you in Paris, so unfair, you left me there. Choose the 9:35 from Paris, left with just her aroma from my standstill adventure. Now I'm stuck in a world of regret. And it's 9:35. I'm not happy, but I feel alive. So much I wanted to say, but now it's too late. Find a way, find a way. Spend the night with you in Paris, Lord. So unfair, you left me there. Took the 9:35 from Paris, Lord.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another live stream Tuesday. I almost fell into the wrong live stream there. That one happened on Saturday. And you will notice that tonight I can actually see. So I had a haircut yesterday, which is good. And it means there's no excuses now for me clicking on the wrong buttons. So that's not necessarily a good thing. But yes, Tuesday night tonight, and hello to all of you in the live chat room, and thank you for asking for Paris Nord, and that's one of my songs in the Patreon post that I put on there before the live streams, the requests that come through there. I just picked one randomly, and it was Paris Nord for tonight that was requested. Now, the Gremlin report, thankfully, before we went live, everything seemed to be all right. And now, whenever it's kind of 4 or 5 minutes to, I'm waiting for things to go wrong, even though they've been fine, you know, up until kind of an hour before that. So yesterday I did do a lot of troubleshooting. I did buy another USB hub because I thought maybe my other USB hub was a little bit, you know, too old, and maybe that was not working. And then really weird and wonderful things started happening where once I thought it's always the case, once I thought I had sussed everything, then my mouse went crazy. And I mentioned this in my update yesterday on Patreon, that it would go to what you're about to click on and then it will jump. And then you go back to what you want to click on and then it will jump the other side. So it's an absolute nightmare. But I've rectified it. At least it's working at the moment because now I've plugged? That's the right word. Plugged the mouse into the actual computer rather than having it in the USB hub. So yeah, we will see what happens with that. Anyway, hello guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Let's see who's in the live chat room tonight. We have Bernadine, Barbara, Linda, Terry, Carl, Joy, Dee, Teresa, Bob's in there, Melissa, Kathy, Rose, Steve, Lucy, Vera, Anna, Laya 1, Linda, Dawn, Debbie, Tammy, Billy, Totoro, Porco's in the house as well, Corey, Rowe, Jennifer, Diamond Girl, Julesy, Joshua. Hello, thank you for joining me tonight on the live stream. Now, as for keeping things organised and getting through things, I think hopefully we'll be able to do that tonight because I'm always checking that the video's working, the sound seems to be working, and I mean, the only way of knowing if we're going to have any gremlins later on is if, yeah, things can't be heard or seen, but it seems like we're all right at the moment. By the way, let's get the likes goal up on screen because we're going for a new record tonight. Again, it's literally a new record attempt every week on a Tuesday and a Saturday because we've done it over the previous weeks, and every time we hit a record, it goes up by 5. So 430 is what we're looking for tonight. It's a crazy number, but if you can hit that thumbs up, that would be massively appreciated. And let's see if we can get a spike of the likes going on at the beginning of tonight's live stream. Now, this is something that's happened. The screen capture for the live likes has disappeared and it's moved. So let me get that over there and then put this up on screen so we can see how we are doing. 200, which means we're looking for 230 more people. Easy maths tonight, and I did it just before the number changed, so it was easy to work out. So there we go. If you can hit that thumbs up, that would be great. Of course, if you're watching in the future on Catch Up, you can keep on hitting that thumbs up. Now, saying about people watching in the future on Catch Up, I know that at some points, somewhere and all over the world, time zones change and some clocks go forwards or backwards by an hour. And I just always do my live streams at 11 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So whenever the clocks change where I am, that means that I'm going to move. Obviously, it's impossible for me to start adjusting my time for everybody in the world who might be watching in their time zone. So I always say the same. The way to keep up with it is just type into Google time in London, England, and you'll find what time it is here, and then you can calculate when you need to be tuning in to catch it live. Of course, you can watch it in the future on Catch Up, but I know that a lot of people do like to watch it live. So there you have it. Just make sure that if your clocks change, I won't be moving with the clocks, and I don't know when the clocks change here, but I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. It's definitely not this week, is it? I don't know, but I'll know there. I'll know when I get there. So yeah, just keep on checking the time in Google, and you'll be absolutely fine. So let's get the names of my patrons up on screen because they make this all possible in the first place. So a massive shout out to you lovely people at the bottom of the screen. You know who you are. And I say that they're the foundation of everything that I do because they are. So yeah, big shout out to these lovely people at the bottom of the screen. And now the other thing that we do get up on screen is the donations tab, because as I always say, you don't have to donate. Just watching is fantastic. Maybe hitting the thumbs up, maybe introducing yourself as well into the live chat room, because then we can all get to know each other. I can get used to your usernames, and then sometimes we can see you on the live streams if you do upload any pictures to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook. If you are a Facebook user, you can go there, and then Laura will link me to those pictures if you want to model any merchandise, and then I can show it on the live streams. Now, thinking about tonight's live stream and what we're going to be doing, obviously at the end, if we hit the target of 430, we'll have a FilJam, as always, number 120. I think that's correct. 120, so yeah, we're getting through them. If we don't hit the target, again, we're going for a new record, so we'll have to see what happens. But if we don't hit the target, then we don't have a FilJam. But I'm thinking if we have any troll corner tonight. I don't think we do, because I don't tend to get a lot of trolls, thankfully, or fortunately, but I think we had a troll corner last time, and I probably used up all of my troll comments then. So, yeah, I'm not sure whether we're going to have a troll corner tonight. We might have a little bit of extra time. We haven't had a riff of the week in quite a long time, and I think last time we watched a Phil tune, so we'll just work our way through it and see where we end up. But I know that there have been donations, so thank you guys for those, and we do address every single donation on the live streams or during the live streams, just for the channel as a whole. If I get a donation on a Sunday evening at 13 minutes past 9, then we do reference that on the live streams, because yeah, I think it's important to do so. So with those donations, I think it's important to know that if you can't resist donating, between 45 and 60% goes to YouTube through the super chat window, and between 3 and 5% goes to PayPal through the PayPal link, and you can find that in the description below. But I can see that Orlando donated $2. Thank you for that, Orlando. The message is, spike the likes, lots of thumbs up. Rest in peace, Eric Carmen. And this is something that I heard about last night, something like that. And well, obviously, but I mean, just on the internet, I was kind of doing my trying to sort out my computer, going through all of the different things. The other problem that I did have was with the FilJam last time, we couldn't hear the audio. So I was going through the different browsers and trying to figure out why we couldn't hear the audio. I don't have an answer to that. So many things didn't work that should have worked. But anyway, while I was doing that, it would have been when I saw the news about Eric. And yeah, I mean, he's one of those whose sound, I mean, being into the 80s and 80s movies and all that kind of stuff, of course, I'm very familiar with his songs. And I mean, All By Myself, for example, I'm sure that was, I mean, that's a song that I've known since, being a kid. So I think it's the same for everyone in the UK. That was a huge hit here as well. But I know that, I mean, I know Hungry Eyes as well, but that's not one of those songs that, I think that was on Dirty Dancing the movie, but I haven't seen Dirty Dancing the movie. I've seen bits of it, so I know what people are referring to when they, say for example they're dancing and then somebody runs and they jump and then they're kind of held up in the air. So I know what they're referring to when they do all that kind of stuff. Not that I've seen that, but yeah, this is it. So in terms of those kind of mainstream 80s songs and hits, and especially ones on movie soundtracks and all those kinds of things, those songs do hit a chord with everybody, no pun intended. But yeah, it's very sad news, but I did hear about that last night. But thank you for mentioning, and Orlando as well. So yes, rest in peace, Eric. And Steve has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Steve. And the message is, what are the advantages / disadvantages to raise or lower the action on a guitar? So thank you for that, Steve. And okay, right. Well, I won't get too technical with it, but because this is the thing, it could go on all year if I start explaining things in too much detail. But let's say, for example, first of all, a high action. A high action, if people don't know, it means that your strings are further away from your fretboard. So it means that the very action of pushing the string onto the fretboard takes a longer time, because you are literally further away from the fretboard, and to get the note to sound, if you don't play the guitar, you've got to push the string onto the fretboard. So if it's further away, it's going to take more time to do that. And I mean, there are some players, and some very fast players, who say that they have a high action, but it's all relative, because somebody's high action is another person's low action. So when you're talking about having a low action, some actions can be so low it is literally almost on the fretboard already. And this is something that you might use for tapping onto the guitar, so that you don't have to tap onto the string and then effectively take that string on a journey down for a long distance onto the fretboard. It's already almost on the fretboard, so then you push down on it and it's going to sound immediately when you're applying that kind of hammer onto the fretboard. But anyway, getting into the high action is going to take you longer to fret notes. But if you're playing slide, for example, then it means that the string being further away from the fretboard means you can apply a bit of pressure to the string without having to worry about accidentally pushing the string onto the fretboard and fretting that note with your slide. So that's another side of it, that when you're watching somebody play slide, and they might be playing the guitar on their lap, playing a bit of I was just going to say lap steel guitar, but you'll notice how the action isn't really low, because they want to be able to apply a little bit of pressure to the strings in order to get that coverage. Because the thing is with the slide, if you don't apply any pressure, you could slide off, and then you won't actually hear the note that you're sliding, or the string that you're sliding over. So you want to maintain contact. So there has to be a little bit of pressure on there. So you want to have your action a little bit higher. So anyway, that's having a high action, having a low action. Like I said, if you're tapping or you just want to kind of play faster, it means that you're now going to have less distance to cover with that. And the only problem is if you're trying to make a low action or have a low action on a guitar that wasn't designed for it, then you'll start getting fret buzz, or the string will be catching the fret when it vibrates. So when you hit a string with your pick or with your finger, it vibrates. And if you've seen it in slow motion, you'll see it kind of wobble. But also, it's got a particular oscillation and distance that it oscillates. So it means that distance, if it oscillates and touches a fret, you'll get a buzzy sound because it's hitting the metal of the fret. So, that's not a desirable sound. That's not what you want. So every guitar will have its own limit of action, and generally like the gem, which you can't see because it's behind the microphone, but the gem here is designed for kind of faster playing, and the Strat isn't really designed for faster playing. So you get a higher action on the Strat, but you get a lower action on the gem. So, and the difference between those guitars, really, the gem just has, you can tell that fretboard and the piece of wood that's been used to make the fretboard is just so flat. So it means that you can put a string on top of that, and the string is always perpendicular, is that the right word, to the fretboard. So it means that you can get that string really low because it's perfectly in line. If you have a guitar that you might not notice with your eyes, but it might be slightly bowed, it means that when you start lowering that action, a point of the string at either the headstock or towards the top of the guitar, or the bottom of the guitar where the bridge is, at some point along your fretboard, closer down towards the bridge, it might start catching a fret, or it might start catching a fret here, because there's a slight bend to the neck that you can't see, which means that you're always going to be limited as to how low you can have that action. And then if you do have that problem, then you can start to file down your frets if you can find where that particular buzz is happening, and that's something that you can do, but there's always going to be a limit. And this is why certain guitars are designed for certain styles of playing, and why some people who want to play really fast, they get guitars that have the ability to have a low action, so they're kind of designed in that way, rather than the fretboard that is a guitar that is not really made for speed, then it's not as important to have this kind of perfect perpendicular setup. So yeah, I mean, that's where I'm going to leave it. So hopefully that's explained it a little bit so that you can understand it, but I'm not sure. So, Boxer Wing 1970 said, parallel to the board, perpendicular to the fret. So, yeah, I'm going to have to work at my definitions. I'm not sure whether I've used the right word there, but this was the string and this was the fretboard that I was trying to use as an example, that one being over the top of the other. So anyway, thank you for that, Steve. And Just Diney has donated $3 as well. So thank you for that, Just Diney. And it's the guy doing the thumbs up. So yeah, thank you for that. I don't know what he is, a pear or something like that. It looks like he's a pear, at least a bit of a luminous pear type thing, but with a big hand coming out. Thank you for that, Just Diney. Right, we will jump over into the PayPal window because there have been a few donations in there, so thank you guys for these. And Paul donated $5, and that there's a message with that. It says, let's have fun tonight and spike those likes all y'all. So thank you for that, Paul. Great idea. If we can hit that thumbs up, that would be great. And Joe says parallel means along the same axis. So thank you for that, Joe. And yeah, that's probably what I mean. Parallel. I'm now trying to think of why my brain gave me perpendicular. Because yeah, maybe it thought, or I thought it meant opposite, but probably depends on the angle of what you are opposite that makes it perpendicular. And now thinking about it, it sounds more like a triangle type thing where there might be a right angle. So maybe that's what that's what it all means. As you guys know, as soon as we start getting into anything that's like a maths term or something, you know, like triangles and right angles, maybe perpendicular falls under that maths heading maybe. So yeah, I'm not sure, but thank you for this, Paul. And we're now going to be jumping into, there's another donation here that's come through from Tammy for £10. So thank you for that, Tammy. And the message is, hi Phil, what singer / band / groups concert would you like to attend in the future? So thank you for that, Tammy. And I mean, it's not something that I think about really, because I'm so busy doing everything. I know that I won't have time to go and watch bands or kind of concerts that, well, I was going to say last anything over half an hour, but then you've got the travel. So yeah, I know it wouldn't be possible. But I did hear, being a Winger fan, I did hear that Winger are going to be playing their last UK show later in the year, maybe June sometime, something like that. So what I'm thinking, or at least what I'm thinking now, is I might send over a message and see if it's going to be the last one in the UK ever. Then yeah, I'll send them a message on Instagram and say, do you want to have a chat on the channel, or maybe to Kip or Reb, and see if they want to come and have a chat about it, considering that it is the last one, spread awareness about it, all that kind of stuff. But that would be good to go and watch. But the other thing is, if it's in June, and it might be at the beginning of June, I still have this thing that has yet to be confirmed about going over to Boston. I think that's where it is, for the Don Odell's Legends show. And that's something that might be happening with Taj Farrington. It might not be. So that would be dependent on that. If I'm going over to the USA, obviously, typically I wouldn't be here in the UK to watch Winger's final gig, but yeah, if that doesn't happen, then I will be here to watch Winger's final gig. But I think it'd be great if I could get Kip on the channel. But I will, send them a message after this on Instagram and see what happens. So thank you for that, Tammy. And Debbie has donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Debbie. And the message is, hi Phil, great job on the Tory analysis. If someone sings to a backing track, do they need to get the original artist's permission? You're awesome. Love you, Debbie. So thank you for that. And yeah, I mean, it still falls under the same heading of copyright. If you do anything with an original track, say, for example, you take out the vocals and you sing the vocals, then yeah, that will be copyright claimed. If it doesn't get copyright claimed, it means that it's not registering as somebody else's work. And yeah, that would be technically illegal if you're using somebody else's music and you're singing over the top. It's still not your music, so you can't do that. Even if you're taking out, you know, either the guitar or the drums or anything from the original song, if you're playing along to the original song, then yeah, that is still technically illegal. You will need permission to do that. And you know, that's why, I mean, even with my cover videos, I do everything from the ground up, so I don't use any of the original song. I just do it all myself. But even those, and it's probably because of the channel size as well, but those get copyright claimed by the owners of the song. So you don't even have to have any of the original song in your cover, or singing along. It is still going to be copyright claimed. If I grabbed a guitar now and strummed a few chords of a song that I didn't own, that could get copyright claimed. And if I just hummed the melody, that could get copyright claimed. So it's just anything. So this is why, yeah, when people say, oh yeah, can you do this cover, or can you do that cover, or do, you know, something, you know, during a live stream, or any video really, all of my analysis videos get copyright claimed anyway. So it doesn't matter that I'm giving an example of the melody because it's already been copyright claimed. But if you sing the melody of something and they're really looking out for it, then even on a video where I'm not saying anything or featuring any of the actual music by an artist, but say, for example, I know on one video, I just sang a little bit of Oasis, you know, showing a chord change and how prevalent it was. And I don't think that was already copyright claimed because I was looking at another song. But even that, you know, they could say, oh, you sang 3 words or 4 words over the chord that we use in our song, so therefore we're going to copyright claim that. So yeah, that's something that can happen. But yeah, if you're doing anything over somebody else's song, you have to get either permission, or if it's on YouTube, it will be copyright claimed automatically. If you've got a smaller channel, then you might get away with doing it and it not getting spotted. But then as soon as it is spotted, then it will probably get either copyright claimed, or if, I don't know how it works with adverts, but if your channel doesn't have adverts on it, then that video will get removed from your channel. And that's happened a lot on the analysis videos that I've done in the past, where I watched a video and the person who's hosting that video, they've uploaded it to their YouTube channel, but they don't own it. So once they see that video is on somebody else's YouTube channel, it obviously gets removed. So yeah, sometimes the links to videos that I've done in the past and links to the original performances, or at least where I was watching it from, you might get this video you know, has been removed due to copyrights or something like that. So yeah, that is also you can't just upload somebody else's music. And I see this sometimes, people upload a performance from another artist and it's just nothing to do with them, they're just uploading it and they say no copyright infringement intended, this is just for, I don't know what they say, or they say it's covered with fair use, and that's not the fair use law. You have to upload it and you have to transform the information, or you have to give people information about it that transforms the listening experience so that they're listening out for something else, or that they've learned something from it. So just uploading a song and saying it's fair use, it isn't, that's illegal. And uploading a song of you, or a cover of you singing over the top of somebody else's song, that's not fair use either. So yeah, it's complicated because, yeah, I've said before that the fair use law is being breached millions of times, probably every day on YouTube, but it's not something that they can enforce. So yeah, I don't think they'll ever be able to do it unless they write an AI algorithm that can maybe spot when somebody's doing a video. But then again, I've said about reaction channels where they upload the song, they listen to it the whole way through, and at the end, all they say really is that they love it and it's great and it's amazing and it's fantastic and it's brilliant and please subscribe, and then they move on to another song. And that's not a transformative analysis of the song or transformative in any way, because somebody now listening to that song, they're not going to now think, oh, I'm listening to this with a different appreciation now because that person told me that they liked it. It doesn't change how you listen to it. Whereas, you know, if I say, for example, that this particular guitar riff does this, or the vocal, listen out for this particular note that is in there, or the harmony vocals or other things, people will now be listening out for that when they're listening to something. So it kind of transforms the listening so that they've now seen it on screen, so they know what to listen for if they want to analyze it, if they want to get into the details of it. So yeah, it's complicated, but pretty much, yeah, you always need permission. But people might be getting away with it on YouTube because, as I said, there's so many millions of people doing it literally all at the same time around the world. So thank you for that, Debbie. And Karen has donated £2.24. Thank you for that, Karen. And the message is, hi Phil, glad to be with you and the wingers tonight. As you know, I'm recovering from major surgery. I loved your recent analysis videos, especially of Tracy Chapman, touch wood, regarding Gremlins. Thanks for all you do and for being you. Cheers, Karen. So thank you for that, Karen, and get well soon. I hope everything goes well with the recovery. And Vera has donated £11.22. So thank you for that, Vera. And the message is, Phil, this is for your Across the Pond Fund. I'm just hoping you will be here in the USA in June. Wouldn't that be awesome? So thank you for that. And yes, it would be good. I would probably try and figure out. Oh, this is another thing. Yesterday, I was invited to go to Las Vegas. Las Vegas is somewhere that I would like to go at some point in my life. But I think from my geography of the USA, Boston is quite far away from Las Vegas. I think Las Vegas is about as far away as you can get from the UK before you then almost get into water if you're traveling from here to there. So yeah, that's something. And it was Carpenter's Legacy that invited me. So the Carpenter's show, they have a residency in Las Vegas, and yeah, they watch the channel, and I said that if I'm ever in Las Vegas, and this is, I think, later in the year, that it's all happening around the summertime. I think that's June as well. So anyway, I have been invited to that, and they said, yeah, if I am over there, to let them know, and they'll make sure that, you know, I can come to the show and be looked after, all that kind of stuff. But because it's not very close to Boston, I'm not sure whether I'd be able to do that on the same trip. But then I think, well, if I'm in the USA, when am I next going to be in the USA? So maybe I'll have to I don't know. But then, if that is in June, it means that I'll miss the final performance of Winger in the UK. So we'll have to see what happens. If the Boston thing doesn't happen, then obviously that won't be happening, and I will be in the UK for the Winger thing. So it's all up in the air at the moment. But as you guys know, over on Patreon, I will let you know as soon as anything is confirmed. But thank you for that, Vera, because if it does turn out that I do need to go to the USA, then yeah, the Across the Pond Fund is something that started a very long time ago, and it's something that, yeah, I do have. Obviously, it's not kind of thousands of pounds, but anything that will help with, you know, just everyday things like food and water while I'm over there, I could use the Across the Pond Fund. So thank you for that, Vera. But like I said, it's up in the air at the moment, so it might not necessarily be going ahead, but thank you for this anyway, Vera. And Donald has donated £10 as well, so thank you for that, Donald. And the message is, your great music and thorough, insightful reactions. So thank you for that, Donald. And yeah, this is another thing that actually, when people watch my channel, I know that a lot of people do call them reactions, you know, which is fine. But I think some other people have mistakenly thought that my videos are just reactions. So this is more recently come under the spotlight with the pitch correction videos where I do analyze things in detail. So it means that I do point that out. And some people, I think, are maybe annoyed or frustrated that I've pointed that out in a reaction video because I'm just supposed to be doing a reaction video. Whereas, yeah, they are analysis videos. That's why I mention it at the beginning of every single video. So, yeah, I'm going to be releasing a video tomorrow night, Wednesday night, that is correct. And it's going to be a really important video and probably a really long video, but it's something that, yeah, I have to release because of, yeah, some things that I've seen recently on YouTube that I think are important things to bring up about information that's getting put out there that isn't necessarily accurate about the music industry and other things. So yeah, I'll be releasing that video tomorrow night, so look out for that. But I'm going to address a lot of the issues with kind of analysis and reactions and how they are really different kinds of videos in that video tomorrow night. Because yeah, I think people for some reason think that I'm just doing a reaction, therefore pointing out pitch correction is like, yeah, a witch hunt or something, because I should be just saying that I love it or whatever and then move on to the next artist. Whereas, yeah, you guys who've been watching for any length of time will know that this is an objective channel. So with an analysis, I am going to get into the details of what's going on. And if what we're hearing is the result of pitch correction, then I'm going to tell you because, yeah, I don't know. I'm not favouring one side or the other. We're just going to look at what it is and just address the facts. So thank you for that, Donald, that £10 donation. So, right, 345 likes. I've looked while we are in sequence. So, yeah, if you can hit that thumbs up, that would be massively appreciated. It means that we're now looking for under 100. What's that? 84? That's whatever that was, that popped into my head. So that's what we're going to be aiming for. If you could hit that thumbs up, that would be great. We're aiming for a new record tonight again. We've done this on consecutive live streams for probably 3 or 4 weeks now. And at some point, I know it's got to come to an end. But we will keep on pushing forward, keep on hitting that thumbs up, and hopefully get a new record again tonight. But we will see. Right, we have had some donations in the super chat window again. Let me see what's going on. It's Orlando who has donated $5 again. Thank you for that, Orlando. The message is, and there's a $2 one from Orlando again underneath this, but the first one says $2 in my buddy Paul's name. Hit that thumbs up button. Thank you for that. And this second donation says $2 for Jennifer's son. Hit that thumbs up button. It's a great idea there from Orlando. So thank you for that. And yeah, Paul and Jennifer as well. Yeah, great ideas all around. Jennifer has donated $4.99 as well. And this is, I don't think I've seen this picture before. This is somebody, it looks like they're jumping out of a cloud and then it says something underneath that. And I can't see what it says. Maybe it says higher, as in hello. And I mean, the screen that I've got is, I mean, the screen's big, but what I'm looking at is very small. So that is really testing my eyesight. But I don't wear glasses, so my eyesight is, I think, you know, fingers crossed, it's quite good, and hopefully it will last for a long time. But yeah, I'm going to take a gamble that says higher. And it's the number 3 is a lot easier to see. So that was Jennifer's third donation in the super chat window. So thank you for that, Jennifer. Now, David has donated $5 as well. So thank you for that, David. And the message is, hi, Phil. My favourite finish on a guitar is a natural wood grain look. Do you have a favourite colour finish on a guitar? Thank you. Thank you for that, David. And not really. I'm not. I'm not too bothered about the look of it, and the different finishes, having a rosewood neck and maple neck, for example. I'd say that because I started playing on the Fender Strat and that had a rosewood neck, it meant that I was kind of just more used to playing on a rosewood neck. But we're talking about kind of the wood that's used to make the fretboard. But then I think as you kind of play and as you advance, it doesn't really matter for what the neck is made out of. But there will be some that have less resistance to the strings, some more resistance to the strings when you're bending, applying vibrato, all that kind of stuff. But in terms of the finishes, I'm not really that bothered at all. I'm more about playability and how it suits my physiology and the size of my hands, and whether it's easy for me to play. That's something that I'm much more focused on rather than just the look of it. And I've got as you can see, I've got quite a simple taste in the looks of a guitar, just having either a white guitar, a black guitar, or a white and a black guitar. So that's the I mean, Fender were kind enough to get this one done for me, and I just said that I wanted a white and a black one, please, and they did, because this is the Performer Series Strat that they were releasing at the time, and they said, what kind would you like, or what color would you like? And I said, I want white and black, please. And that then gave them the job of having to, because they didn't have one in white and black, so they kind of put that one together. I think it is an option, or I'm pretty sure it was an option, or is an option for having these colors now, but they didn't have it at the time. So I said, I want that. So, and I couldn't point it out, I just had to say what I want is that. So a huge thank you to Fender for sorting me out with a black and a white Performer Series Strat and sending it to me, because that was very much appreciated. Thank you for that, David. And Orlando has donated $5 as well. Again, thank you for that, Orlando. The message is, I know it is not in your immediate plans, but if you were to travel to the US, would you carry on with your bi-weekly live streams? So thank you for that. And if I had the ability to get an internet connection, or maybe, get it on my phone as a plan, or add, the, mobile data roaming thing. If I could do it, then I probably would, if I was in a hotel, for example, and they had an internet connection there, and the upload speed was fast enough, and I just had my phone, or I suppose I could take my computer with me, like a laptop, then if it would be possible, then I don't see why I wouldn't be able to do a live stream from the US of A, but not that it will look very interesting, because I might just be in a hotel room, so because I assume it'd probably be around, but then again, I don't know what the time would be in the USA, like now, because I'm assuming that, I'd do it in the evening at 11 p.m, but now isn't 11 p.m. in the USA, so whatever time that was, maybe it would be more of an afternoon or evening time, early evening, who knows. But I would probably try and do it, because I don't think I'll be doing much else with my time. There's got to be, say for example, if I went over for a particular event, that event isn't going to take 5 days. There might be a day where I'm kind of not doing anything, or just getting organized, and then you do the thing, and then the next day I might just have a day off to kind of walk around the USA, and just have a look around at what's going on. So there, have a detour to Disney World in Florida. So that'd be quite fun. But I could do like live streams on, or maybe on a different ride, or maybe live from Blizzard Beach or something like that. Which is, I think that's what one of the water parks was called, Blizzard Beach. There was one called Typhoon Lagoon, but I don't know if that even exists anymore, because I'm going back 30 years, something like that. So anyway, thank you for that, Donald. And Lucy has donated $4.99. Thank you for that, Lucy, in the messages. Have you done, there's lots of spaces going on here. Have you done a pitch correction on Greg Lake's isolated vocals on Epitaph? Thank you. Spike the likes, y'all. So thank you for that, Lucy. And not to my knowledge. I even answered that a little bit like I had spaces in between the letters. But yeah, not to my knowledge anymore. I mean, I generally, if I'm just looking at a song, I just look at the videos that are requested. So somebody requests a performance, then I look at the performance. And if the vocal and everything is just natural and like a normal performance, as you know, I was used to when I was growing up, just watching normal performances of somebody actually doing something and somebody actually playing their guitar and all that kind of stuff, then it's just an analysis of a performance. If I'm looking at any video, regardless of kind of when it is, or if it's a re-release of something that, you know, might have happened multiple years ago, then if it is pitch corrected, I will point that out. I'm not, unless it's somebody specifically asking me to investigate something for pitch correction, then I just do everything the normal way. And if it does turn out to be pitch corrected on what I've been sent, you know, that somebody might think is a natural performance, I will have to point out that the vocal we're hearing isn't the vocal that was produced on that night, or at least we're not hearing the voice, we're hearing the result of pitch correction. So, yes, thank you for that, Lucy. Right, 10 to midnight, how did that happen? Okay, I was expecting to see maybe half past. So, yeah, time flies, and we've got 376 likes, so if you could hit that thumbs up, that would be much appreciated. And Joe says it's a King Crimson track from their first album, Fripp Will Block It. So thank you for that. Yeah, this is the other thing that I didn't mention, but I've mentioned before about King Crimson and songs that I've looked at in the past where it's been blocked, and I think there was even one on Frippatronics that I did many, many years ago, and that initially got released, but then it got blocked. And again, it's an analysis video, but it still got blocked after being, what was it? Kind of independently viewed. So somebody that owned the copyrights watched the video, or just, I think they don't actually watch the video, they just decide to block it. And that was the problem with Studio Hamburg when that whole thing happened. And I got an actual copyright strike. So, and if you get 3 of those, your channel's deleted. So yeah, they gave me a copyright strike, but it's because they didn't watch the video. They just issued a strike. So yeah, then when I told all of you guys to email them, of course, then they get, I don't know how many emails, but they weren't very happy about it. But I said that you've given me a copyright strike on a video that is clearly fair use. It's an analysis of a performance. And then they actually watched the video and then removed the copyright strike because they realized, oh yeah. I mean, and this is the thing, that when they watch a video, or at least when you look at the video, you can see how long the video is. So if your song lasts for 4 minutes and the video lasts for 24 minutes, you've got to think, well, there's got to be something else in this video that isn't somebody just stealing the song and trying to get views for playing the video. There's got to be something else. What are the other 20 minutes on? And then they will hopefully be able to see that you can't talk for 20 minutes just saying, oh, wow, that's great. I really like it. It's amazing, fantastic, really love it. Great, fantastic. It's great. You can't say that for 20 minutes. You've got to be doing something. So it's a bit of a shame that they don't actually watch the video before blocking it. But just see how long the video is, and they might think, oh, maybe this isn't somebody just playing the song for 4 minutes and then the video's 4 minutes long, because that would be where the copyright strike thing would come in, because you're not using it for anything. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for the donations in the super chat window and in the PayPal window, and for hitting that thumbs up as well. 389. We are moving along with those thumbs up. It means we're looking for 41 more likes. 40 more likes in order to have a FilJam, but to hit a new record for tonight. So when I say for tonight, I mean of all time on the channel. If we can get to 430, that will be a new record for a Tuesday night live stream. So yeah, every single thumbs up would be great. And oh, it looked like somebody might have done a double click, and then somebody else and a couple of extra people hit the thumbs up. So thank you. And just to let you know about the rules of the likeometer and the likes goal. If we go to 430, we hit the target, and then somebody does a double click and it goes down to 429. That doesn't matter. We did hit the target. And I mean, I don't know whether people, they might be able to just unclick all their thumbs up, which won't help the channel in any way. But just to let you know that if we do hit the target, we are going to be having that FilJam. Right. I haven't even mentioned the cover videos for tonight. We've got All Right Now and You Know My Name. And I'm going to be bringing this to a close because it is almost 1 a.m. And it is All Right Now that has 54% of the vote. So that is the cover that we're going to be taking a look at tonight. And of course, this is my version of the free classic. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you after. Rock.
There she stood in the street, smiling from her head to her feet. I said, hey, what is this now, baby? Maybe she's in need of a kiss. I said, hey, what's your name, baby? Maybe we can see things the same. Now do you wait or hesitate? Let's move before I raise the fucking rate. All right now, baby, it's all right now. All right now, baby, it's all right now. Let me tell you now. I took her home to my place, watching every move on her face. And she said, look, what's your game, baby? Are you trying to put me in shit? I said, slow, don't go so fast. Don't you think that love can last? And she said, love, Lord above. Now you're trying to trick me in love. All right now, baby, it's all right now. All right now, baby, it's all right now.
And there we have it. That was my version of All Right Now. So I can see that we are 17 likes away from a FilJam, and we are almost at 1 minute from midnight here in the UK. So we've got a little bit of time left. Let's have a bit of a check on the FilJam. If we do make it, number 120 is 5 minutes and 54 seconds. So thank you, Joe, for bumping that particular. I can see Strat clean legato style, question mark, smooth and soothing, fades out at end. Don't forget, and Mike, I'm not a big fan of the fade out endings, but yeah, that is 5 minutes and 54. So we've got time to maybe, I guess that's like 6 minutes, best part of. So we've got time to maybe put something in here. We might have a riff of the week, but just before we do that, we have had a couple of donations over on PayPal. So thank you guys for these. Vera has donated £3.74. So thank you for that. The message is, Phil, where in the world is your whammy bar? Have you looked under your bed? So thank you for that. And I haven't looked for it. What I've been doing is trying to sort the gremlins out with my system. So yeah, it's all been technical, and I haven't, and this is the problem I think with my life just in general, is like having time to do anything ever of any sort is difficult. So even looking for a whammy bar is something that, yeah, I'm going to have to make a space in my diary to try and find this whammy bar. But yeah, I mean, I think where it might be is in, because I changed the strings, so it means that I have this almost, well, it's actually a microphone case or a zip case for a microphone, but I use that for all of my guitar implements and, you know, Allen keys and screwdrivers and all of the things, like a brush for the fretboard, everything that I do to my guitars to keep them, you know, in good shape. I have them all in this microphone case. And I think what might have happened is that I've put the whammy bar in the case when I was cleaning everything up, and I haven't realized that I've done it. So I'm hoping that that is the simple solution, because if it isn't in there, then it's going to be, yeah, more complicated for me to try and find it. Because then I think, well, where could it actually be if it's not there? It wouldn't make any sense. So, yeah, we will see. But thank you for that, Vera. So it means tonight's FilJam will be without a whammy bar. We're just going to have to deal with it. And, oh, Diane has donated £18.70 as well over on PayPal. So thank you for that, Diane. And that is a straight up donation. So, right, I'm going to attempt, every time that I think about doing even just trying to set this up now. All right, there we go. Even when I start thinking about trying to do a riff of the week, it means that I have to get my YouTube channel up on screen. And while I'm doing all this, if you guys can give me a number between 1 and 100, that would be good. And while you're doing that, Laura has sent me the riff of the week list, so thank you for that again. So, oh, and at the top we've got not done. So it's going to make it easier. Actually, there's quite a lot that we haven't done, but it looks like we've done loads. But there are 100 riffs. So give me a number, please, in the live chat room between 1 and 100, and we will see if anybody comes up with a number that is going to be one of the riffs of the week that we haven't done yet. So let's have a little look over here. We've got Blind Sniper says 84. Incorrect. We've done that one. Incorrect. When people are just throwing out random numbers, it can't be incorrect. But let's have... Okay, lots of numbers. Oh, Flynn says 62. Incorrect. We've had number 62. Mimi321 says 41. Correct. 41. Mimi321 says 41. So, riff of the week. 41. Riff of the week, number 41. And as with all of the riffs of the week, I'm going to have to do a screen capture of this so that you guys can see it on the screen. Let me get that there. Now, again, this could be all over the place. And it is all over the place to the side. So let me try and grab it so that it goes into the center. So what we're looking for is the name of the song that this particular riff comes from. You can give me the name of the band if you want to, but let's have a listen to this and see if you can guess what it is. And there we have it, a classic riff. And it isn't always, the technicalities of playing. Sometimes the best riffs are the easiest ones to play. And I'm having a look down the... Oh, I think somebody's got it straight away. So Barbara says TNT, AC/DC. And I'm just trying to see if anybody got it in there before. And I'm going by the list that is on my computer. I know that everybody's comment sections look different and with names higher and lower depending where you are in the world, where you're watching and how close they are to you, how close they are to me. But the first one on my screen is Barbara. So congratulations to you. And let me try and figure out how to get back to here. Here we are. So yeah, Barbara says TNT and... Chant of the North says Rainbow, of course. Bella says Cindy is the winner. So, Cindy is the winner. I'm going to try and go all the way up to the top here. And I didn't see Cindy saying the riff there. Barbara's the first one that I can see. So, but... you don't win anything. It's just the first people on my list is the ones that I do give a shout out to. Right, let me just keep on going down because Kevin says TNT, AC/DC. Josie says TNT. And Bella says Cindy didn't get it? ? So yeah, maybe that's just a rumor that's being thrown out there. Laura says Barbara looks right here too. Okay, so yeah. It was Barbara. They got it on my screen first. Right, let's just have a little look down. And I think a lot of people would get it. So Orlando says TNT as well. And actually says TNT, I'm Dynamite. Joe says TNT. Susie Q, TNT. So Vincent says TNT, Dynamite, AC/DC. So congratulations to you guys in there. Brian as well. And Carol. And Bang Bang Drummer. And Karen got it. So yeah, Ro, I think a lot of people would get that riff. Congratulations. And thank you for playing Riff of the Week this week. And yeah, we didn't take too long to get to a number that we haven't had before, which is great. And by the way, we have hit the lights goal for tonight. So it's officially a new record for a Tuesday night live stream. So thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. It is much appreciated. And that means that next week we're going to have to try and get another record, but it means that I need you all to tune in again so that we can get to 435 is what we're going to be aiming for next time. I know that we're at 440, but yeah, it's always a huge challenge to hit these goals because they're so huge. But thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up. So it means that we can have a FilJam tonight. And let me get rid of this. And okay, I don't know what that's done, but hopefully this should work. There's no reason why this shouldn't work. I don't know why last time. Oh, the other thing that didn't work last time, when all the gremlins were kicking off, my guitar tuner, which is in here, and it just looks like that, this wasn't working at the last live stream. And I thought, not that I kind of use it, I usually just tune up by ear, but it wasn't working anyway. So, because I wanted to just check that my guitar would have been, not horrendously out of tune, but it wasn't working. And now it's working, but nothing's changed. So I don't know what happened in the last live stream. It's absolutely crazy that so many things didn't work, including something that just runs on AAA batteries, as if the batteries have run out. That wasn't working, and then I just turned it on earlier and saw that, oh, it is working now. So yeah, who knows? Who knows why things were going all wrong last time? So here we go. I feel like I'm going to fall off this seat. Right, I was kind of leaning over onto the side of it. So here we go, FilJam number 120.
How many of you...
Oh, this is an advert about playing the guitar. It's always the same. How many of you have wanted to play the guitar and you always give up because you can't do it? So right, let's skip that. And go back. Right. Just saying that. How many of you have tried to play the guitar but you've given up because you can't do it? Nobody can do anything when they first try to learn a new skill. So it's all about practice and enjoyment. Getting back to this backing track. This is deep emotional guitar backing track in D minor. Tom Bailey Backing Tracks is the YouTube channel that this comes from. So, 5 minutes 54. As for the levels, not too sure how it's going to sound. If you guys can let me know in the live chat room, that would be good. And, zoom. So, zoom out. Zoom out. That is correct. Right, let's have a listen to this. Last time this didn't work, but I'm just going to... Same settings. Let's see what happens. So, it looks like it's coming through. Hear this? Oh, microphone would help turning that on. Wait for this to come through. A bit of wah wah, see what it sounds like. Uh-oh. Oh, I think that's it. Wow, that is a fade out. That is a long fade out. Okay, the fade out started to happen about 20 seconds before the end of the video. So, there you go. That was that. So, unfortunately, not a lot you can do with the fade out, but that was a nice backing track. It's one of those that you could probably play over the top of for longer than 5 minutes. So yeah. Now this is something else. Let me go on here because when I was doing a vibrato here, when you're not concentrating, I think it went, because I was doing a bit of a wider vibrato, if you pull down, oh, see, that's annoying because that would have worked. It went somewhere else. Oh, it might have done that. See? But now that would have worked. There's something that happened where the note coming off the fretboard, it kind of made a weird noise, but it sounded like those. It's always the way that, ironically, when you're trying to do the same mistake that happened, the same sound, your guitar now won't make that sound. So anyway, something happened, and it kind of got my attention because I thought, oh, yeah, maybe it's, maybe my vibrato's a bit too wide. But yeah, once you're back into the middle of the guitar, it's all right. And this is why, you know, when you're vibratoing on this high E string, you're pushing up to make sure that you don't go off the fretboard. But then, yeah, it's annoying that I can't replicate that same thing that happened. So, but that's sod's law. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in tonight and for ensuring that we have a FilJam by hitting the thumbs up. If you're watching this in the future on catch up, then you can hit that thumbs up. It really does help the live streams to get out there, but for the channel to grow on the whole. So thank you guys for doing that and for subscribing, hitting that notification bell, all of that cool stuff. I'm going to be here with a video tomorrow night. Look out for that one because it's going to be one that's quite long, but it's quite an important one. So that will be out tomorrow night, 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time, if you literally watch your clock for the videos. And then we're going to be live streaming again on Saturday night, of course. Check your times, your time zones. Make sure that you don't miss it because, like I've already said, the times do change at this time of year. So anyway, all that's left for me to say is I need to address the donations that I can see have come through. And There've been a couple on PayPal. I'm going to do those quickly. Orlando's donated £5. Thank you for that, Orlando. The message is, I posted a live performance of Go All The Way by the Raspberries on the Wings of Pegasus supporters Facebook page. It is a tribute to Eric Carmen. Go check it out. So thank you for that, Orlando. And Colleen has donated £3.74. So thank you for that, Colleen. And the message is, enjoying the FilJam. Thanks for all you do. So thank you for that, Colleen. And I'm glad that you enjoyed it. And Stardust Unicorn donated $1.99 with a picture of a unicorn. So thank you for that. Support band to Wings of Pegasus, as I always say. Tan has donated €5 as well. So thank you for that. And that's a cat saying bravo. So thank you, Tan. And CV McCullough has donated $2 and says, do the Jeff Healey walk down. So yeah, thank you for that. So yeah, if you don't know Jeff Healey, I do have a video on Jeff on the channel, probably multiple videos, but yeah, you got to check out Jeff's playing if you do get the chance, because because he was just an amazing guitarist, and he kind of played he could play normally in this kind of position, but he mostly played over the top of the guitar, having the guitar on his lap, and still just absolutely, would melt your face with playing over the top of the guitar. So yeah, check out Jeff Healey if you guys get a chance. But thank you, CV, for that. All that's left for me to say is try to stay as safe and as sane as possible in this crazy world in which we live. And I will catch you guys at the next one. Rock!